In this instalment of Behind the Campaign, I wanted to have a look at the new Australia Tourism Advert with Kylie Minogue, Mate Song.
2, 1.
It's a fascinating piece which starts off a little bit like the Queen's Message, so you've got the in Sandringham, and then it's immediately deflated, it's in Australia, and it goes through this cascade of different locations, different famous Australian sports people. We've got Kylie, obviously. She's famous for everything that she's famous for. It's got a very high production value. Everything looks great. They're going to many, many different places with many, many different people, and it's all part of a song, so it's synchronized to the song. Everything that happens is either being sung or playing out on screen to tell the song as it happens. But apart from the visuals that are being shown, the words of the song are actually telling something else. They're all focused on the current political situation in the UK around Brexit.
Negotiating tricky trade deals is a shocker.
But look, there's a quokka, and that's what you need.
Now this is interesting because it's one of the first examples I've seen of an advertising campaign which is trying to take advantage of the whole situation around Brexit. It's done with a lot of humour, so I feel that it lands on the right side of being too nationalistic because it's constantly poking fun at itself.
We speak your language.
Except for the vowels.
Pokes fun at Australia a little bit, it pokes fun at the UK a little bit, and it's meant to all be in good humour, and I feel that it does come across that way. They hit that right. In the last Behind the Campaign, I talked about how in the Peloton advert, the Peloton wife is constantly looking at the camera because she's doing the selfie thing, and it forces the viewer to be that subject that's being looked at and to try and relate to it. In that advert, it didn't work at all. In this advert, all the way throughout, the main characters are looking directly down the barrel of the lens and addressing you, the viewer. And they're expecting you to find the things that they're saying funny, they're expecting you to find them relatable. There's a lot of talk of food, fish and chips, and curry and sausage in bread. So all of those things are meant to be staple UK foods. So when they're saying them, they're looking at you and kind of going, cheers. It definitely is very self-aware. And I think that unlike in the Peloton advert, here it actually lands, which is really important because if it didn't land and if you looked at this and you thought, oh, I don't relate to that at all, it's not funny at all, then it would fall flat on its face. It'd be terrible. By using those famous faces, by poking fun at itself, it really nails that humorous tone. It isn't the first time that Australia has done this. Indeed, in 2018, they did a really good spoof advert for the Super Bowl, which started off as if it was going to be a new Crocodile Dundee film, and as you went throughout, the character realizes that actually he's not in a trailer for a Crocodile Dundee film, he's actually in an Australian tourism advert. So they've done that before, they've used famous Australians before. It's kind of par for the course for them now. They've got a good feel for this kind of humour and where the stereotypes even of Australia sit, so they're able to play that to their advantage. I'd be intrigued to know what everyone thinks about this, being one of those first ads which is using this political situation as its stepping stone. That's what it's going out there with. The fact that this lands just around Christmas time in the UK, the fact that we've just had an election, and the fact that now we are definitely going to be moving through a year of negotiations with trade deals, negotiations with the Irish backstop, all of these different things that are associated with Brexit that have kind of been bubbling away, they've now seeped into an advertising campaign for Australia, of all places, and they're using that to say, hey, you're obviously not feeling that close to Europe right now, but you know what? We're not really physically close to you in Australia, but we speak the same language as you, we kind of like the same food as you, we enjoy the same sports as you, we've got the same kind of humour as you, you like our celebrities, you know our celebrities really well, they feel like they're almost people from the UK, you know them so well. So all of those elements are pushing you towards relating to this more than perhaps you're relating to the European Union. That's the whole vibe of it. Now, I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it is most definitely the direction that this advert has taken. And I'm going to be watching very closely over the next year to see where other advertising campaigns start to play on this, start to riff on this, start to integrate it into how they're pushing their message across. Because I think that with any big change that happens, there's always got to be an advantage to be gained, and companies are going to start to see that. Australia has a definite advantage to gain from this because people might choose, if the deal is right, to go to Australia where they feel they're going to get treated in a way that they're used to in the UK rather than go to Europe. But other companies might not have such an obvious win from this. So it'll be interesting to see how people interpret this. And indeed, I'm really curious to see what everyone thinks about this. So do leave a comment below. It's quite likely there are going to be other strands to this campaign that drop over the next month or so. So that might be some printed collateral, and it might also involve some copy as well. So you might see them popping up in website banners. Indeed, if you're searching for stuff like this and you're watching this video, you're probably going to become a little bit more targeted for that. So I imagine that you're going to start seeing more of it as well.
So see you soon then, yeah?